and welcome back to Cooking with MoWino. Cheers! Today we are drinking a blend from Paso Robles from one of my favorite wineries, Denner Winery, and we are drinking the mother of all exiles, which is a blend of Cabernet Sauvignon, Petit Verdot, and Merlot. So, cheers! What I'm going to make today is what I call my harvest sauce, and I'm making a tomato sauce to put over spaghetti squash from scratch. Now, a lot of times I have no problem using a jar sauce. Sometimes I make a cherry tomato sauce. Sometimes I can make a quick tomato paste sauce, but today we're going to make a homemade sauce using canned San Marzano tomatoes. So I'm not going to use fresh tomatoes, but it's good enough. And I think most people would agree with that. So what we're going to do is get our flame going. And my definition of my harvest sauce recipe is a 4-3-2-1. 4 cloves of garlic, 3 celery stalks, 2 carrot sticks, and 1 medium onion. And I have prepped all that before we turn on the camera. So the first thing I'm going to do is put in my 2 stalks of carrots that have been finely chopped, 3 minced celery stalks, 1 medium onion, finely chopped. I mean, you don't want big chunks, but you want to know that they're there in the sauce. So we have our aromatics going in 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and we're going to let these simmer and sweat, if you will, where the onions become translucent and the carrots and the celery become soft. And when they get to that point, we're going to add our 4 cloves of garlic that have been finely minced. And then we will be back. Welcome back. We have allowed our aromatics to sweat and soften for about 10 minutes now, and I've added the 4 cloves of chopped garlic, so the aromas in the kitchen are going crazy. And now we're going to get ready to put the rest of the components in to allow our harvest sauce to simmer slow and low on top of the stove before we use it this evening. So I am going to add my very large 28 ounces of crushed San Marzano tomatoes, and this is MoWino, so we are cooking with wine. What I always do to get the last of the sauce out is that I use my wine, white wine, just kind of swish it around the can to get all of the rest of the tomato sauce off. Pour that in. We're going to use the rest of our wine. So we added about a cup of white wine, and now I'm using a tablespoon of dried basil, and just going to stir all this up. The reason I call this my harvest sauce, because I usually make meat sauces, so this is going to be dominated with vegetables. As I said, my 4-3-2-1 combination of aromatics is more than I would usually use if I was making a meat sauce. But I want the vegetables to really sing to the top of the sauce as it bubbles up. So the main meat component of my sauce is that I have cleaned, sliced, and destemmed 8 ounces of baby bellas, mushrooms. So we are going to put them in, and they are basically the star or the dominant main component of our sauce. So now all we're going to do is cover this. Let's come to a boil, then we're going to lower it, the flame, and let it simmer for a good 20 minutes, and then check on it. what we're going to do with this sauce, this Harvest tomato sauce, is that we're going to bake a spaghetti squash and use the spaghetti squash as noodles to pour our Harvest sauce over. So it's a real vegetable, meatless Monday, if you will, home cooked deal. I don't have one today because I ran out, but one of the things I like to put in my sauce when it's slow and low simmers is a cheese rind from a hard piece of Parmesan, or truthfully I usually use Manchego because that's usually the cheese I have in the house, but we're out of cheese rinds, so we're going to go cheeseless and allow this just to simmer. Cheers until later.